What's going on, Steeler Nation? Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today we'll be talking wide receiver. Right now, I think the wide receiver room is not, I'm not going to say is real thin, but it need to be some additions put on there. Um, as everybody know, the Steelers traded Deontay Johnson, which I think left a huge hole. Um, but you know, I can see the Steelers filling it. Me personally, I would like to see one more big time free agent signing here. And me personally, I would love to see Mike Williams bring him in on a 1 year prove it deal. 'Cause I know he does have some injury history, but if you can get that guy and he's healthy and motivated, and try to, cause I'm quite sure he's trying to get back and get that big contract again. That'll give you two big physical receivers with him and Pickens on the outside. There'll be big problems to deal with, I think. And then also that give you two physical blockers, um, which is going to be kind of required in this offense. I know the Steelers signed Van Jefferson. Not a bad signing, but it really doesn't move the needle too much. At the most, he'll be probably a third receiver. He also he runs good routes, so it's not a bad signing. But I still think we need one more stud type of guy. And also, I know the Steelers probably will be drafting a receiver real early. I'm thinking probably either round two or round three. You still have Calvin Austin. I think they're going to try to keep working on his skills and let him find his niche in his offense. I love that speed that he brings. He'll kind of be the gadget guy, but he's also going to have to develop, more into a slot receiver because you can't keep breaking him out because when people see him out there, oh, here come that little guy. Look out for the trickery stuff. So he needs to develop a little bit more as a slot receiver. But I love this. I love his speed. And if our running game is the way it should be, play action to be devastating with him. So the like I say, the room is not all the way bare. I still think they got Denzel Mims. I think that's his name. So he's a guy that'll be in the mix. I don't really know too much about him. I know he's a decent sized, big body type guy, and that's probably the type of receiver that the Steelers want. They probably want a more big physical type guy because blocking is going to definitely be one of their standpoints. None of that bull crap that happened last year. And I think Pickens is probably on notice and will be on notice about that. But I think George is going to be okay. I mean, George is just he's an emotional guy and he's young, but he's going into his third year, so you can't keep using that as an excuse. But George can block, and if you remember him, his first year, he was doing that, knocking guys on their butt. So I don't think that's an issue. I just think his issue was he wasn't getting the ball. He was frustrated. Um, you know, kind of was looking at what Deontay Johnson was doing, and so he figured he can get away with it. He could do it. Um, but this is going to be a big year for him because actually this is almost be like his contract year. He'll be eligible next year to get re-signed. So I'm quite sure he's looking to have a big year. Um, no excuse at the quarterback position this year, so that they will have guys that can get them the ball. Hopefully, let's knock on wood with that one. But yeah, like I say, I just it's a couple of more free agents out there. You got Tyler Boyd, but I think with the Jefferson signing, I don't really see that happening now. Um, like I said, Mike Williams is out there. I think Kenny Gallup is out there. So it's just a couple of guys. It's starting to dry up a little bit. So I would hope that Omar just works his magic again and get a guy in here. And like I say, I can see the Steelers drafting a receiver in the first 2 to 3 rounds. I think they're gonna take a guy pretty high. Let's talk. I would talk about tight ends a little bit. 'Cause I'm gonna add the tight ends with this with the receivers on this podcast. Tight ends, fire move again. This is a contract year for him. So and Arthur Smith, he loves throwing to the tight ends. So this will be a good thing for him, and I expect him to have career numbers. Darnell Washington, hopefully he keeps developing, and then after that, I mean, you got Connor Hayward, which I don't really know what they're gonna do with him. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked in this offense that they maybe move him to the fullback sometimes just to get him out there so maybe they can sneak him out in the flats or something. But I can see the Steelers maybe adding another tight end, probably another receiving tight end. And like I said, they're gonna have to work on Washington and really get him to develop into more of a receiving threat. Um, Other than that, I mean, it's kind of basic here. Um, I I mean, I'm cool with the trade, and I understand the trade of Deontay Johnson. What was that really about? Um, really didn't want to be here. I also think that he knew he was going into his last year of his deal, and probably at the time he wasn't confident with the quarterback situation. Probably wasn't thinking he wasn't gonna get the ball. So you know we'll see. And then like some of the, and I'm not even gonna get into the locker room stuff, but it's well documented his issues he had in the locker room. So if all that stuff was true, you can't be doing that. You can't have that, especially when unfortunately you have a young George Pickens there that's watching all that stuff. So I was cool with that trade, and I understand it. But they do have to get somebody else in there to fill that void because Deontay dropped the ball a lot, but he's the one guy that I know that he's always open. Now is he gonna catch it or not? Who knows? But he's always open. So um, the Steelers need to kind of fill that void a little bit. But other than that, it's not a bad room right now. Um, but it could get better. It could definitely get better. It's some rumors out there that maybe Stephon Diggs is on. He's on the market. That would be great. Now if Omar pulls that off, hey, get us. Hey, make this guy the mayor or something. I don't know, but if he could pull that deal off, that would be huge. I mean, now you would be talking Steelers doing some damage this season. But that's just a rumor. Other than that, the Tyler Boyd deal again. Like I say, I think with Van Jefferson being here, I think that might be a mute point right now. It probably would have been nice to bring him. I guess he's from Pittsburgh and played at the University of Pittsburgh, so that would have been cool to bring him back. But I don't know if that's gonna happen right now. Um, you know, I like I say, I think right now the room is okay, but it definitely needs some additions. And like I say, I really see the Steelers drafting a receiver early, like I said, in the second or third round. I think they're gonna grab a receiver. So we'll see. We'll see how this go. I'm really expecting George Pickens to take another step, another to up his level of play. Um, I would love to see Calvin Austin kind of develop a little bit more into a slot receiver, and really be able to show off that speed that he has. Last year he made a couple of explosion plays. So again, we'll see Van Jefferson. He's gonna be a guy that's going to work the middle of the field a little bit. Like I say, he's a good route runner, but nothing too special about him. But he's a guy that definitely should make the roster. Mims, I don't know too much about him. He's probably 50-50 if he's gonna make this roster or not. But he do have good size, and the talent is there. Just see if he could put it together. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it on the receiver room. Again, we'll see if Omar can make some more magic going on here in free agency, and we'll see what happens. All right, you guys take care and see you later. All right, bye bye.